teens tonight because I.
This is Björn Lundberg. Welcome to Threefold Talk.
Welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, friends.
How we doing?
So good.
Yeah? Welcome to your weekly dose of Threefold Talk, everybody.
Yay!
Hope you're feeling...
Here with you all.
Stabby. Tell us how you're feeling in chat. There's some stabbiness on the go. I love this. This is good. It's going to be a fun night.
My cat can't decide if he wants in or out, so...
Mine both wanted to stay in the living room when I came up to live stream, so I didn't separate them as I typically do. So if they take off at each other and I'm suddenly just like screaming like I am...
Oh, like I do.
Like I'm bipolar or something, then, you know, no, that's not right. Like I don't know, like I have young children causing me a fight. Yeah, I do basically.
Like I do all the time.
So, yeah, we're going to have some fun. And it doesn't matter where I put my ring light, it still reflects in that back. Okay.
This is like the best day of the week for me.
It
to
is great.
see all of you. So excited.
I like your faces.
Your face is rock. There we go.
Rapunzel, I mean, he doesn't really. Actually, there's a little closet next to my desk where I work all day, and he will not let me close the door. If I close the door, he'll sit there and just meow at it, and then I'll open it and he'll look in it, and then he'll be fine. And sometimes he goes in there, but not always. So he's really annoying.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never known a cat to be like that, ever.
No, never.
Ever.
I was going to say, yeah, my cats, because it's just me and the cats at my apartment. So whenever somebody comes to visit, and specifically when they use the restroom and close the door, oh my God.
Oh, that's blasphemy.
Everybody starts yelling, the cats start scratching at the door. Sometimes people will let the cats into the bathroom with them. But then they freak out because the door in the bathroom is now closed.
Right.
It's just like there's no winning.
See, I was lured in with this latest pair of cats. We're in a cat segment, by the way, folks. Hope you're enjoying this.
We're talking cats.
Because O'Neill doesn't give a crap what I'm doing. He's just like, when I want you to sit next to me on the couch, I'll find you. And, you know, when I want to be away from you, I'll be away from you. Like, he's super independent and chill. So I can go to the bathroom, no problems. Got Sulin, she won't fucking leave me alone. She's like, you're in the bathroom? Me too. You're in the shower? I'll stand at the door. I don't want to be in the shower, but I'll stand at the door and pour at it, and then I'll open the doors. And she's like, I don't want to go in there. It's like, yeah. So,
yeah. Yes, Patrick, I agree. Disruptives, cats are baked into the Threefold Talk.
True.
Yes, this is very true.
Not in my house.
No?
No.
Camaro is pretty chill.
When Camaro was a kitten, I felt
he's not allowed. It's like
I felt like when he was a kitten, he was a little.
Away, is what I say to the cat, and he never comes in the bathroom.
I do shut the door when I shower, and I think because the water's running, he doesn't want to come in. So I think if I really want to like use the bathroom without him, I just turn on the shower and then shut the door, even if I'm not in the shower.
That's clever.
That's clever. I love
now,
that.
Camaro really likes the bathtub when no one's in it, and he can crawl into the wall space between the bathtub and the walls. Aww. And freak out the cat sitter because he won't come out. I mean, that part is what he likes to do, but he doesn't come into the bathroom while we're using it. He's just not allowed to do that.
That was so true. That comment.
And he lives here. We're in charge.
It's true.
Not all who wander is absolutely true, absolutely accurate. That the biggest problem with the Expanse is a shortage of cats.
No cats yet.
Yeah.
Wait, are there cats? You said yet? Is that a spoiler?
Wait, did we just get a spoiler?
Did we just get a spoiler about cats?
Also, if we get cats in the Expanse at any point, I am going to just wax poetic on that cat for like 30 minutes of the show. I'm just fair warning now, folks. So, but before we
We'll
wax,
just have to see.
Before we wax poetic on-
on anything having to do with the
Yeah.
Expanse.
I never wax poetic. What are you talking about?
Never.
Why don't we give someone else a chance to wax poetic? Why don't we listen to Michael and Kate introduce the news for us?
News.
Spear brothers and sisters,
It is time to cover up your face.
for the wheel of time has news, and we shall dance the spears with it.
This is the Daily Veil.
News.
Well, at least you found this first one.
I did. Actually, this is thanks to something Simon in the Wheel Takes Discord. I can't remember his whole handle, but he posted this and I was so excited. This is a really great article if you have not read it yet. It's a really in-depth interview with Donald. It's not like about the whole cast, and he really goes into talking about his kind of excitement and process for Moriarty and how much he likes that he gets to be the Moriarty that we don't really know, that we're not used to, because spoiler, he's an evil villain in normal Sherlock Holmes stories.
What?
So this is when both of them are young.
You just ruined everything. I had no idea.
For
I
folks that are
really-
over 100 years old, yes. Totally.
Yeah, the ones that aren't even within copyright anymore at this stage, you know.
Probably not. But cool, because
And the million of episodes of shows that have been out about it. Total spoiler.
Anyway, so it's a really nice interview to get his perspective. There's nobody else in the interview. It's all about him, which is, as we know, we love him. So
I mean, that's what, you know, we're watching more, you know, young Moriarty for the plot, right? And
Right.
you know, we know what the plot
yeah,
is.
the plot for sure.
Yeah.
I really appreciate how he waxes poetic in this article about
I agree.
what he loves about the character and what he loves about exploring it, and yeah, it's really.
I mean,
it's
he's
really
too
interesting.
dressed. He's far too dressed for Mel's liking, but at least he's getting fresh Dapper new clothes.
No, for the record, I appreciate when they give Donald whole shirts. It's when they don't give him whole shirts, when they only give him partial shirts, where I have objections.
Okay, it's
Whole
partial.
shirts or no shirts?
Partial shirting is
No partial
is
shirting.
fair enough.
Well, you
So-
should all read it. It's very good.
Yeah. Speaking of somebody who does not do partial shirts, Rob, do you want to talk about this one?
Darn it.
What do you mean I don't do
Show.
partial shirts?
No,
That feels
I'm
like an
talking about
overshare.
Never mind. I was trying
was-
to do a segue.
that
and
was
it
good.
That was
failed.
that
I
was
was
good. It was
okay
good. I
with
was
it.
just the opportunity was there, and I was like, I'm gonna have fun with that. So yes, folks, it is the final chapter of the Iceborne, Stormborn, Seaborn trilogy.
Seaborn.
Seaborn Cycle.
Bam.
Seaborn Cycle.
The Seaborn
Seaborn
cycle. Yes.
cycle.
Book 3. There we go. I hope that wasn't too loud. It's done. It's ready. I've read it. I hope you've read it too, because in less than 72 hours, we're going to be sitting down with Dr. Livingston, and we're going to be talking about this book, and it's full of spoilers. So,
I'm on
I'll be
chapter 6 of my reread, and I feel like I should probably finish before helping to interview him.
yes. 2
Probably.
p.m. Eastern on Saturday, 28th of February. Also, where the hell is February gone? That's kind of shocking.
Yeah. Well, just the fact that I haven't finished goes to show you still have time. Like, it goes by quickly. I think I've only got less than 6 hours of audiobook left in
There
it's
you
almost
go.
the entire book. So it's very, very finishable. It's It's a quick
It's
read.
a fast read.
Yeah. Non-stop
It's
action. Very much like a book that we're going to talk about in like 10 minutes, but
It's true.
It's a good book. I enjoyed it a lot.
And if you don't know, you can join the Living Stands Discord server if you are interested in chatting along. We've got chapter channels where we've all put our comments in there, and Leigh-A's catching up to all of our comments on our reread. It's been fun to watch her come in kind of late and react to all of our fun comments from like last month. So it's been really fun. What are we gonna do when this is over? We may have to read like the 100 Years' War or something. Like a little different.
I do know that Sherbert and Eilon, we are working on that. So
Cool.
and they're hoping to be able to announce it on Saturday.
Saturday.
That'd
be Saturday. I'm working on Sunday, so it'd be a tough stream without me. All right, what else we got today?
Okay. Share this tab. So many of you might know Jordan Rannells from Soundscapes of the Wheel of Time. And he's, for the past 2 years, he's done if you're familiar with some of the stuff that he's done, he's conducted a Wheel of Time reading day. For those of you who aren't super familiar with him, he also does an annual Tolkien reading day that is coming up in the next month. So if you're in his channel, he's opened up to people besides just streamers if you want to participate or just join and watch for fun. So
it's good. And if you don't know what it is, it's basically a whole bunch of people reading chapters and parts from the book. He's been doing this longer than he's been doing Wheel of Time content. This is what Jordan started with, and he's really good at it. So if anything, it's just really nice to listen to. So worst to worst, go check out his YouTube channel. If you're like, I can't submit an audio recording, but I would definitely watch because you will enjoy it for sure.
Yep.
It's very, very soothing to listen to. So.
Yeah, so we'll keep you posted as he announces the day and time for that.
Mm-hmm.
So, last bit of news, I think, for today. Our favorite maiden, Avienda, i.e. Iola Smart, is narrating a book. Mr. Wake. So, and I think it's out.
We know
already?
if this is her first voice acting for a book. I don't know.
I believe it is. Is it
I
not?
don't think so. I think
No?
she's done
Okay.
another one. Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. But this is the first in this series. It is out now, and I believe it's a trilogy. I think when I saw
It
the
looks
post.
cool, whatever it is.
Yeah, the cover is amazing. Rob, did you want to read? Because I hate reading out loud.
I can read it. Okay. Do you want to scroll that up a little bit? Nope. The other way.
Oh,
Scroll back up the text. There we go. Oh, right. I thought there was more above that. Okay.
that was the top.
Right, sorry. Sister Wake. It was such a pleasure to do the audio for this book, and I think everyone should read it, particularly to any Wheel of Time fans. I think this would be right up your street. It's available now to purchase in bookstores by Independent and via Audible if you want to listen to me reading it. Sister Wake is the first in high fantasy trilogy from Irish author Dave Rudden. Oh, I like that name. Oh, it's on the cover of the book as well. Pulling from the Celtic mythology and Ireland's history of British colonialism. I have no idea.
All right, I'm
what
going to
that is.
scroll.
A proud culture oppressed for centuries, an island overrun by bestial gods. Croy, I think that says there,
Sure.
is finally about to fight back. Cool. I'm not going to read the whole thing, folks, because otherwise I'm going to spoil it for you. You should just go and read it or listen to it. So, but yeah. And there's already a review
Sister
saying
Wake,
it killed it.
unwilling saint of the goddess of death.
Do you know, I actually have an Audible credit that I haven't spent yet, so now I know what I'm going to spend it on.
Nice.
Ooh, me too.
And the author is one of the first to comment saying, "You absolutely killed this narration. Thank you so much for bringing it to life so wonderfully."
Oh,
Awesome.
Iola has done multiple narrations, apparently.
Oh.
Yeah. So, rough Googling,
amazing.
Iola Smart is a talented audiobook narrator known for multiple features on Audible. Popular titles such as Call of the Penguins by Hazel Pryor and The Happy Couple by Noyce Dolan. Oh, She's done things like multiple things here. So yeah, very, very cool.
Awesome. Did we want to talk about the iWatt thing?
I think
Yes, I had problems
Purposefully-
downloading the picture, so sorry
right.
about that. So
Do you know what? I forgot about the iWatt thing.
I saw it and I tried to download the pictures and just had issues. Like, I'll just like come back to
Alright.
this later. And
This
forgot.
is
So-
this is serious breaking news, folks. We have gone and found. We have sleuthed. We have.
We,
sleuthed
you
for
mean
you.
Mel? Mel has
Well, yeah. So, so Mel, what was the news, and what did we find?
Are you
want me to get photos?
bringing up the pictures that I've sleuthed for? Okay, yeah. So the news is that the game studio that iWatt set up in Montreal to build its AAA open world RPG has run out of funding. We saw some scuttlebutt about it on Monday, and then I went searching on the very professional site of all the professional people, LinkedIn, and found this post from 3 weeks ago where they announced hiring a brand new guy for tools and automation. And then I went and looked at his page, and he had a post from Friday, basically 3 days ago, 3 days before I looked, Friday this week, basically saying that he's open for work because unexpectedly, due to financial challenges, the company he just got hired to ran out of funding, and his position was eliminated. So this poor man who got hired 3 weeks ago found himself out of work. Not even, yeah, it's really sad. Anyway,
I hope
so,
he didn't
yeah.
move to Montreal because that'd
I
be
hope
really
not.
sad.
I hope not to.
Yeah.
But yeah, so something clearly unexpected happened with iWatt Games. Pretty much right after they announced that yet another weird AI collaboration thing. Basically the same week. So I don't know what's going on. There's been no official announcements, but there's been multiple employees that basically corroborated what I found. So pretty sad, because we're really hoping that was gonna, turn into something, especially with Sarah Connor on the team.
I was down for a game. I'd be like, I'll stream this. Like that'd be, why not? It'd be fun. But
Yeah,
not to be.
I
Sad.
think that card game thing is still
the card
working
one's
on
still going.
itself.
Okay.
I think so. I know they were planning to release the game last quarter, but it didn't come
I
out.
thought this was that game.
No.
No, there was a couple games on the go. So, yeah.
So this is like a big like computer game that like open world that multiple people play, a multiplayer game. The card game was more like a trading card game, digital style.
This is
That was
this
gonna
the
release on
Forsaken
Steam.
versus whatever,
Sorry.
or is that the card one?
Forsaken versus
Something.
Heroes versus Forsaken. Or
Yeah,
something?
That
That's
sounds
the
right.
card game.
Oh, that's the card.
Oh, yeah.
The RPG game had not been named yet. It was just
Got
in
it.
very early development.
Didn't the
It was
card game also go to Montreal too?
No, that was being developed by a group in Europe somewhere. And I
Yeah.
want to say
I don't know.
Belgium or
Yeah.
Netherlands, something like
I feel like
one of
Netherlands.
those-
You're right.
one
Yeah.
of those group, one of that.
That was a while ago
geographic
that we
location.
recorded on. It was quite a while since we
But it's like
recorded
a
on that,
separate
wasn't it?
studio that's
Okay.
just
It has been.
licensed the IP from iWatt to make the card game. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I know. I mean, people were saying in the comments, no big surprise. But,
Yeah, do
we
your
always-
shocked speaker foo faces, people.
we we do want Watt things to succeed because we
We
love
do.
it. So even, and I'm sad for all the people because they really did have a very good team put together for that game.
You know what's
That's very
cool is
sad.
that one of our own, fandom members created a card game that's already been live for the last 3 years, and
Mm-hmm.
it's been
It's
pretty
updated.
successful.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I
If
have
you
a
are
complete
itching
set.
if you are itching to play a cool Wheel of Time, you know, digital card game
Inspired.
with friends, Third Age is where you want to go. So,
Yeah. So,
try it out.
And
that's
if you
it.
want an RPG, I got an RPG. So
Yep, and yeah, Leigh-A's doing her own Wheel of Time stuff. So, you know what? Time to roll the dice, am I right?
yeah,
Yes.
need to edit. All I have to do is record an outro to release the next episode, but for some reason that's so fucking difficult.
That happens. That happens.
So I swear.
Do you know what? There's an outro that wasn't difficult recently. And I think we should talk about that outro. And in order to talk about that outro, I think we need to wrap up the Daily Veil.
We're wrapped.
I need to give you your cleanser. Where is the
Right.
cleanser?
Here I come to have your day. Placentamon is on the way. Placentamon.
So there's your cleanser. You know what that means, folks. It is time to talk about Leviathan Wakes.
Yes, it is. And what chapters can we talk about today? Up to chapters 10 and 11. Is that right?
11 and 12.
11 and 12.
So let's kick it off the
Up
intro.
in
folks.
double digits officially.
Mhm.
In the world of Leviathan, stars replace the sun. Join the journey, take my hand, while hearts and minds expand.
So beautiful.
It's very beautiful. I love it every time. Thank you. Great fun. Oh, I appreciate that. I went through quite a few before I picked that one, so I'm glad. Yes. What exit are we
Thank
talking
you,
about
Heather,
today?
for that beautiful intro.
It is
Yeah,
very-
Heather. Blows my mind every time we play it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
so
well
good.
done. Look, guys, we've read like this much of this book. Like
In
this
2 months.
much. Everyone is
Look,
like, it's gonna
we're-
take you 3 years to read this book. Look how much.
Look. I think we've basically
We
done the
actually
book now.
calculated it'll take the rest of the year. I mean,
A chapter
not
every
It'll
three.
take
years,
less.
okay?
It should be about 6
Well,
months or so. Yeah, but yeah, probably the
It'll
rest of
be
this.
less now that we've started doing 2 chapters at a time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll probably
2 whole
be
chapters.
probably some point
All
in
20
July or
pages.
something. Yeah, yeah. So real quiet week in the pages this week. I don't.
Yeah, it's pretty chill. It's pretty chill.
Yeah, should we just skip straight to what was the most ideal moment? You know.
Do you
Yeah.
want me to do a quick recap of the chapters?
Yes, let's have a recap of the
Okay.
chapters.
Now, again, I always read these like on Saturdays, so it's been a few days. If I forget something that's really important, feel free to jump in. So, chapter 11, surprise, hold it. So, we start this chapter off with the knight and the crew viewing the Donager. They can see it, and it's huge, gigantic.
That's what she said.
And again, Mr. Holden in his snobby pants is like, it's so ugly. Me. What's with the aesthetics of the spaceships around here? So it's humongous, 130-story building size flipped on its side. And they get called by the ship saying, okay, you ready to dock? Alex is very professional. He is a Martian. So, like he knows what he's doing. He knows how to talk to them. Holden gives some advice like, hey, no guns, no knives. Use your P's and Q's and sirs and ma'ams, and we should be okay, right? Then they open the door and they've got like a bunch of rifles pointed right at them. They come in. They didn't get beat up. That's probably good. They take him to this quite nice little lounge with couches that they get to sit in and one little toilet, which is kind of nice. So not bad. And then Holden is taken immediately to be interviewed by Lieutenant or Lieutenant, depending on where you live, Lopez. And he pops some shit in his mouth so he can read Holden's mind. They start talking and he's interviewing him, and all of a sudden, bam, bam, shots are fired and the little ships are shooting back. And everyone's like, what the hell's going on? Holden goes back to the room and he's like, this ship is unkillable. No way. And then Naomi's like, dude, they'd be dead already if this ship was unkillable. And they're talking and end scene. Shed's dead, baby. And his head gets blown off. That's chapter 12. Did I miss anything?
11.
That was chapter
11. Sorry, 11.
No, I think you were good there. You did good.
It's good.
Yeah.
Not a cliffhanger at all to that end of that chapter. Chapter 12, Miller. So we start off, Miller's in his mind. He's at work. And he's like, man, I've seen a lot in my 30 years. So he's older than we all thought.
Yeah.
30 years of
man.
work in security. He's seen lots of things. But what he says is he's never seen the start of a war before. We'll talk more about that soon. He and Javi are talking. Javi's like, what are you up to? And Miller's like, you know what? I think I am going to focus on this Julie Mao case, but where I'm not going to let the captain know because she doesn't really care if I work on it. She wants me to work on other shit. He's like, I'm going to pretend I'm on a bender because I miss my wife, and I'm going to go research some shit. And Javi's like, okay, I got you. And so then he searches around. He goes to the jiu-jitsu place because remember, she's good at jiu-jitsu, brown belt. And then he talks to the head guy, the sensei or whatever they call him in jiu-jitsu. I do not know. And he's pretty sketched out by Miller. He doesn't really want to tell him shit. He finally is like, I'll look for something for you. And so then Miller gets a call from who we now know is Anderson Dawes, the pockmarked gentleman we met in the last Miller chapter. And he pretty much shuts down Miller and says, like, I don't know what you're talking about. Stop looking for Julie. We don't want this shit to get out. And then he brings up Phoebe Station, and they'll blame us for that too. And frankly, did we talk about Phoebe Station already, or was
That's how we found out about Phoebe Station.
Yeah. Good. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I was like, we didn't talk about that. You're right. Okay. And so then they talk about the cant, and that she was on the scopuli, and Anderson does like, shut up, stop fucking talking about it. And he does not want to give anything up. And at the end of this chapter, Miller takes it that Dawes is scared of what's going on, and that is shocking to Miller because the OPA doesn't get scared. And I think that's it. Did I miss anything?
That was good.
Yeah.
Okay.
You pretty much got it. Yeah. So.
Yes.
Well, that was the most interesting Shed chapter of all the chapters.
I will have no Shed slander tonight. Man lost his head. All right, he he
sat down and died for a cause. That's true.
I mean, I often wonder, was it worth it to even have Shed as a character in this book? I really don't think so, but
Listen.
I cannot believe there's another one on the list.
I've got to figure out how to do the strike through, but you guys are going to have to wait and let me do this.
This is my proudest kill.
Your proudest kill? Oh my god.
I'm proud of this one. I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
Because his absence will improve the books forthwith.
His absence will improve them.
Well, I think it was
getting his shit together. He was, you know, there was improvement.
How?
He was.
How is he getting his shit together?
He wasn't a wreck when they got on the ship. Okay, he was like having a bit more together than that.
It was just a nothing burger.
Yeah. Well.
And now he's literal burger.
He's literal gross burger on the walls of the ship.
Yeah, I had to read that like 3 times to be like, did Shed just get shot through the fucking head? Like, what?
See, I was confused because he stopped screaming and his face was white before that happened, and I was like, did he just die? And then he said the thing that killed Shed, and then his head exploded, and I was like, oh, now he's dead. Like, I thought he died when his face turned white, and I was like, why did he just die? Of course he just died for no reason that we even understand because of Shed. And then he had a really fun death, so I always actually
I mean, he went out with style. What is this? What are we watching?
So this
What is happening?
Ever since I've watched the show and read the books, this is what I think. Oh,
Can you hear it?
No.
No. Zed's dead.
So
Let me try to do it somewhere else.
Got it.
All right,
I'm with
you can
have
send
you
the link
all
to me.
seen, hopefully you've all seen Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
So every time we talk about Shed, that's all I hear in my head. Shed's dead, baby. Shed's dead. So that was just a little clip from Pulp Fiction if you ever
Thank you.
haven't
That
seen
was
it yet.
good. That was good.
Literally, my notes read, God damn it, Shed, you had one job. I just know Mel is going to be so smug about this on the show.
No, I would like to give Shed credit for dying in an interesting way that furthers the plot and puts the whole rest of our team in mortal peril, which I think is interesting and fun writing. I like
Okay.
it. I approve of his mighty, I would say leaving this planet, but leaving this mortal plane, but it wasn't really a plane because it was a space. There's no
Right.
planes
Let's
in
see if this
space.
works now.
Fast forward to second 41.
Oh, to what?
I
Second
mean, if
41.
you haven't seen it, this is a great scene. Because if you know what happens right before this, he's just like, get on the fucking bike.
41.
Yeah, right about there.
Whose motorcycle is this?
It's a chopper, baby.
Whose chopper is this?
Zed's.
Who's Zed?
Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead.
All right.
Good job, Token Wetlander.
Whose chopper is it?
No, he's dead. So, all right.
Dead, baby.
Thank you
Aw.
for indulging me.
So have
Thank you.
we
Thank
smoked
you,
enough
Shed.
about Shed?
No, I don't think so. There's some other things about Shed that I think Leigh-A was going to share.
Yeah, hold on. Somebody's name hopping back and forth between all the things. I got it. Hold on.
All right.
So
is
there's
like-
a reason.
This better not be
characters-
Shed slander. I'm going to start adding names to my
No,
list.
it's not. Actually, it's an interesting backstory to why Shed is dead. Rob, I know this is going to be 100% news for you. Mel, I don't know if you knew this beforehand, but one of the reasons the
Shed
two
is
authors started writing this book was because they originally created it. Technically, it was a video game that never got built. They bought the rights back to it, and one of the authors ran it as Ty Franks ran it as a RPG with his friends, and one of the characters was playing Shed. But the player had to leave the campaign, unfortunately, for life reasons. So instead of just having nothing, like having it be a nothing burger.
This is the guy who played Shed.
Yes, this
Yeah,
is Shed.
I was like, who's this guy?
Wait, is this the guy who was in like that stupid American one of those like teen movies where they're on like a road trip? Is it called Road Trip?
No, this is a different guy.
It looks
I
like
mean,
that
I've
guy,
never
though.
seen him before, but
Anyways, don't look at the picture. Look at the words. So the the reason that they killed Shed was because the player in the game had to leave. So as they were starting to write the book, they based it a lot off of what happened in that RPG. The other author,
Crazy. I didn't know this at all.
Yeah, Abrams. What is his first name? He actually played Detective Miller. So as the game was starting out, all of these players were together, and then they decided to separate it. So this is just an interesting piece of lore on to why the book was created the way it was. Again, a lot of it was based off of people rolling dice and role playing and creating an amazing story in a sci-fi setting.
Oh, okay.
Crazy. I did
That
not
is cool.
know that at all.
Not to terrify you, but I did just Google something. But it was purely the actor for Shed, so I could get his name, so I could check his, his career. It was the guy who was in, and a movie was called Road Trip. It was the guy I was thinking of.
Oh,
So
okay.
Now I'm extra sad that Shed is dead because that guy was funny. So, thank you, Skeeter. So yeah, but interesting. So they played it as an RPG. Someone left and they killed Shed, and they're like, "Yeah, we should do that in the book too."
Shetty doesn't know.
Shetty doesn't know.
Shetty doesn't know.
Right. So there's your first set of parody ideas, folks. I want laments for Shed. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
it will be a very short parody.
I don't need you to write it, Mel. That's fine.
It's the new
I mean, I
tequila.
feel like people in the Wheel of Time have written full parodies off of less.
I
That's
agree.
what I'm saying. Use tequila as the lament for Shed.
What, like Shed?
Shed.
You mean tequila?
Yeah, the
Shed.
Tequila song. So.
Oh,
All right.
Is dead.
Yeah.
The end.
I think that was it about Shed.
That was it about
Anyway.
Shed. Okay, cool.
Anyway, thank you, Shed, for giving me plenty to rant about. You
And I think Rob called
you
it
have
as like
sparked
our,
joy.
when they first got on the night. Didn't Rob call him as like a Star Trek red shirt? So it's pretty much what he was.
I think I did call him a red shirt. This
He's
is
a
true.
red shirt.
Yeah. He did give. I didn't want him to die, but he gave red shirt vibes. This is true. So
Let's back up a little bit, though.
Yeah, let's
right.
back
Because I
up.
thought this chapter was really interesting.
Mhm.
I mean, first of all, we learned that Holden's from
We finally figure out where it's from.
Montana.
Yes.
yes,
So
and he
you-
has 8
you know.
parents.
You guessed Midwest, and Rob guessed Britain or Canada. So
Oh, I
if-
forgot that
what?
they made
Isn't-
predictions.
Isn't like
yeah, I wrote
if you
it down.
mix Britain and Canada, you get the Midwest anyway. So
You get Montana, pretty much. Not really.
It's pretty.
No.
I mean, I feel like we were quite close. Both
you
of
were
us.
you were quite close. I was way off.
I don't think technically Montana would consider itself Midwest.
No, it's Rocky Mountain.
Yeah, it's Mountain West for sure.
Well, if you say British, does that mean also the Canada's part of the British Empire? So when you like kind of
I
smash
guess it is part
Midwest
of the
and
Commonwealth.
I mean,
And
most,
I'm-
most
all
of
the
the world
Canadians
was
It's
at one
adjacent-
point.
now.
It's adjacent to Montana. You're
Most
right.
of the
You're
world
right.
was at
That's-
one point. So
The Midwest
like,
is
it's-
also adjacent to
It's-
Montana.
It's very loosey goosey to be like, isn't Britain having it at one point count? No. So, but I appreciate it. No,
So
it's
what do
fine.
you guys think
No,
about
no,
Golden?
there's no hate there. No, it's fine. I was like, I appreciate the limb, but I was like, no, it's fine. I was wrong. I can accept that. That's fine. I'm usually wrong, so it's okay. It's a very normal feeling.
Sorry, Amise.
So-
I think I didn't hear anything.
That's
you
I
said.
just said. What did you guys think? I mean, any additional insights? Like, what did you think about all that information we got in like 4 sentences about Holden?
I thought it was
a lot of
really. I thought
information.
it was very ideal. It's. I have co-ideal moment nominees, but the pansexual family raising the one child is the most ideal thing of this particular chapter. I thought that was really an interesting thing and gave us a lot of insight about Earth in a very short amount of time about what's going on with Earth, like being able to like a whole bunch. Apparently, the need to shrink the population was very intensely shorted, like restricted in not like not even one generation, right? Because if there's like 8 adults, right, that decide they together want to have one child, but that means that there's 8 existing adults that like, you know, it's not like there's like was a slow gradual reduction in population.
30 billion human beings on the planet Earth at that stage.
So many people.
I mean, to put that in perspective, right now there's like 8.5.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
So did you also catch that it was tied to the amount of land that they were allowed to have?
Yeah.
Having one child between all of them was a tax break to allow them to have, I think that it was 22 acres of land.
Which is a lot. Oh, that's a lot.
I mean, that's a lot right now. Yeah, like, you know.
It's not insignificant.
Yeah. So, like, are they saying that people are having, you know, 10 kids and so they don't get rewarded? But if you only have 1 kid and 8 adults,
10 kids, you get a 1-bedroom matchbox. 1 kid, you get
a,
you know.
Good question.
It's
I
really
totally
weird,
read
isn't
it
it?
as like a population restriction thing.
I mean, with 30 billion people on the planet, it makes a lot of sense. You know?
It's more of an incentive than a restriction. So it's not like China had for a while where you were only allowed to have 1 child. It's specifically stated that having the 1 child for the 8 people is a tax credit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I guess it's just weird to think that you would get 22 acres for that.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, space is a premium. Like, physical space, not outer space.
Land
is a premium. Land space is a huge premium with...
Clearly.
You know, think of how much I know America's huge and a lot of people can live with a huge amount of space, but think about some of the other countries in the world.
Sure.
Okay. You know, with 30 billion humans on the planet, America is just as packed as the rest of the world by that stage. Everywhere is just as packed. You know, no one's getting away from that. So physical land space is a massive premium. So rather than say, look, we'll give you loads of money, what difference does it make? I'm still living in a matchbox. But if you only have 1 kid, you can have a shitload of land. Like, that's, you know, that sounds like a good tax break to me.
I mean, think about it. There's how many millions of people in the 1 square mile that is New York City? Or slightly more than 1 square mile. That's a little bit off. But how many millions of people? So if you're able to have the land to build up, it's an absolute
Well, you
premium.
think about like Beijing and Hong Kong and
oh my gosh, for
Seoul
sure.
and all, you know, like all those like super vertically integrated cities. There's so many more population density there.
It's mad.
Impressive.
Yeah. So, but despite the fact that we have interstellar travel, solar wide travel, and we can genetically blend like 3 dads and 5 moms into a single
5 dads.
5 dads and 3 moms.
But the ratio is right. Yeah.
Into a single baby and they're all genetically apparent.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm really interested in this.
That's so cool, you know. But you know what we haven't fixed? The fucking climate or anything like that. Like, the world is still trashed. Like, there's still shitty health there, you know, there's still syphilis, you know, there's still racism, you know.
Rob's never going to get over the syphilis thing.
30 million people on the planet, but you know what? We can blend 8 people into a single baby, so, you know, like...
Well, there's still the racism and the classism. So, like, 100%. And it's possible maybe that if you were of a high enough class that syphilis wouldn't be a problem. And this is definitely rehashing a conversation we had last week.
Yes.
But
we're good. It's okay.
Butt lasers, so everything's fine.
Anus lasers.
But we've got anus lasers. There we go.
Because my booty is big, but you know, like anus is a different part of the booty.
We need charts,
Just
a
little TMI.
The family dynamics there were really, really cool. Like that was really interesting. Yeah.
I also thought it was interesting that he just spilled his like. So, Holden just really likes to just like tell everybody all the info
He's
to all
transparent.
the people. He's very transparent. He has no secrets from clearly the entire universe. This guy, he didn't like. I'm sure he knew. Like he read the room and knew that guy already knew everything about him. Is the sense that I got. But he also like filled in holes that he did not need to fill in. He did not shut the fuck up Friday. By any means.
I don't think he knows how to shut up at all. Like he's just gonna keep talking.
Which is when you're talking to an intelligence officer like that. Sometimes, like you
with the focus candies, instantly the second you put it in your mouth, just
I need some of those.
You know, I'm just like, my God, that sounds like what's the focus drug? Adderall. That's like it sounds like it's that, but on like freaking steroid, not the drug steroids, but just like the effect it has. Yeah,
Again, they have those drugs, but they can't cure syphilis.
Don't get me started on the syphilis.
Don't worry, none of us here are gonna get you started on syphilis.
I swear not to get you started on syphilis for like 5 minutes.
I feel like that's going to be a rant I just need to somehow bring up every week.
So, does knowing this about Holden and how he grew up in this family dynamic, does that I don't know change your
don't forget to mention it says he punched a senior officer.
Well, he had tried to punch a senior officer. Said senior officer was too quick and he just damaged his hand instead.
He's not good.
And in his own words, got lucky that the right person was injured because he was just reaching out in self-loathing. And I was just like, that's the sentence that tells you a lot. And I made a prediction.
But still, for like really quick short story. The reason I ended up getting assigned to my second ship was because they needed a hot fill. And for some reason I got pulled to like do this hot fill because the person I was replacing punched a senior officer. So I've been enjoying this part of Holden's story for a long time because I was the person that replaced that dude. And I'm just like,
nice.
Oh, do we think that's the don't play the hero thing?
Well, I have a prediction about this.
Oh, let's
see. Yeah. So, like we hear him talk about like doing therapy or spending time with the cat and that. I reckon that Holden like really fucked up a command at some point. Okay, like proper. Okay, and then, but it wasn't his like he didn't do anything wrong. Like he's totally cleared of it. He's innocent, but he holds himself 100% responsible for it. He's like, I fucked. It was my mistake. And really, it was like you did everything right. But it was the Kobayashi Maru, like it just was gonna go wrong, and everyone was gonna die, or whatever it was, you know. So hence the self-loathing, hence the lashing out, hence the cruising for life on ice haulers, and you know, just not being the guy who's in charge of everything, and just sort of cruising through life. And here's a bit about that I really like. I think Naomi knows. I think she knows what he went through, what he did, all right, and that's why she's on his ass so much because she's like. Not because he fucked up, but because his self-doubt holds him back from doing it right, making the right choices. So,
all right, interesting.
I can see that. I can see that justification for that. It's interesting because the way he frames it is that nobody else would hire him after he punched a senior officer, basically, and he got himself ejected from the Navy, so he had
dishonorably discharged. I'm quite certain.
So he had like he didn't have any references. so the only place that would hire him was and that actually makes sense. It still does not explain why he's an XO on that ship. Let's be clear that there's still no explanation for that.
Well, maybe he got promoted over the 5
years.
Him ending up in the camp makes more sense now than it did before, for sure.
And I would still imagine his naval experience would qualify him for a job on a shitty, lower level, non-military ship. Yeah. So like it's still important and still relevant.
As like a regular old petty officer, not
Yeah, but he could have worked his way
Not
up.
an
couldn't he?
exo.
Because apparently people just do it for short amount of time, so
Yeah,
eventually the
he
exo needs replacing.
works his way up.
You
Let's
know?
not rehash that.
But I do think it's really interesting, like at
So
least
back to the
me.
syphilis.
So, like him wanting to have like relationships with what's her name who died, Ade. Yeah,
Ade.
you know, and just like wanting that relationship. I think it, you know, partly because he comes from this tight family group, right? And he is always looking for those interpersonal relationships, I think. And that's probably why he makes dumb relationship mistakes like with her. She's like, dude, no, I just want to have sex with you and have a good time. And he's like, oh, I just really want to be your boyfriend. And she's like, no. And so I just feel like, you know, seeing his backstory a little bit explains that sort of desire, because he probably misses his home. He's living in space and his family's in, well, if they're still alive, they're on Earth, you know, so like.
Yeah, he didn't give up citizenship. He likes to fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I guess that's always a little interesting
I agree.
factoid about him.
Yeah.
I'm super curious if we ever meet his parents. Like sometimes being a kid is a lot with the focus of two parents on you, right? And the expectations of two parents. Can you imagine the expectations of 8 parents and you're the only one and there's no one else to share it with? Like, that's a lot of pressure, and probably a lot of people telling him he can be, you know, president of the galaxy or whatever the equivalent of that is, right? Growing up, like wanting him to be the equivalent of a doctor or a lawyer, but a famous one, you know, from a bunch of, you know, you've got to carry the weight of 8 people's expectations on you if you're a kid, even if you're just a tax break. I would be curious if the parents were like that or if they were more chill. I don't know, but he obviously went into the Navy. He obviously made the choice to take that that path to prepare him to be like super high important guy, and then screwed it all up.
Yeah.
Somehow.
I'd like to hope that like the parents had different specialities. Like one of the dads is like, I'm going to teach you to hunt. The other one's like, I'm going to teach you the DIY. And then one's going to be like, I'm going to teach you how to be a good guy. And then one mom's like, I'm going to teach you, I don't know, like they each have like a thing they're really good at. Like, you know, one of the dads is, I don't know, a mathematician. Or one of the moms is
they all knew each other beforehand, or did they sign up for this like, yeah, I want to do this. I want to, you know, have this opportunity.
I yielded it.
I only want to babysit like one day a week. So could we like...
That would be me. That would be me.
I'll take Sundays, you know?
I don't do diapers, but I will do the bottle feeding.
You know?
I mean, I do have to say that, I mean, with all the mess that is involved in divorce, one of the things that I think is kind of cool about divorce is you do get to like have time to be just yourself if you're splitting like custody of your kids, right? You have time to like be an adult without kids.
Yeah.
And then you get to like refocus back in on your kids because you appreciate that time with them more. But if you're just with them all the time, you don't necessarily have that separation and that appreciation of them if you're splitting custody, right? That's not always the case. But like, I could see that kind of arrangement could be useful in a pansexual type of relationship too. Is like there's kid time,
pansexual polyamory.
If syphilis is still around, they could at least all be tested, and then they can all just have sex with each other, and everyone's fine.
Yeah, I'm curious about like the romantic dynamics between them and such. You know, and the physical.
I mean, there are more men than women, which is kind of a bummer, but you know, I mean,
look, does it mean the guys?
Depends on your take.
Exactly.
Depends on your take.
True.
So. But yeah, like day nights
would have been a better movie in my mind, but you know, whatever. Anyway, but that's pretty cool, huh?
Very interesting.
Well, did
Interesting.
that potential like large family dynamic surprise you also in this like many
It took
hundreds of
me
years in the future?
it took me a second like for it to process for my head when I was reading it, when it's just like, but they're all, I can't remember what was the exact line, like they're all genetic or something like that.
Oh, he's a mix of all of their genes.
Yeah, that was he saying. They're all like genetic parents, so that took me a hot second.
Yeah,
like,
it's not just a
oh,
couple and then
and then 7 others or whatever, you know. So, or how many it is, you know, like it's that took a second to drop because initially I was just like, oh, he's got 8 parents, so like it's, you know, some version of a polyamorous relationship between the 8 of them, and you know, maybe they just like mix the eggs together and mix the sperm together and like took one that mixed, and we don't know who's the exact one, but no, it's a blend of all of them. I was like, that's really interesting, you know. So I wasn't surprised at first. I was just like, okay, 30 billion people, 8 with 1 kid, fine. That's a, you know, tax break situation and a, you know, helping the population declines to much more safe levels. But it didn't change when I was like, oh, it's a genetic mix. It didn't sort of change. I was just like, okay, that's really cool. Like science is really advanced in that respect. So yeah.
Awesome. Any other thoughts about Holden's background?
Nothing extra, no. So
What do you think that if they hadn't have been interrupted, where do you think the intelligence officer was going with that Q&A?
Oh, with the questioning?
Right? Because he dug deep real fast, right?
Yeah,
like he didn't.
I'm gonna wait for all of you to respond, and then I'll give my response.
He didn't debrief on, you know, the reason they were on the ship. He did, however, get stuck on, like, and he said it multiple times, I think, about Holden accusing Mars of blowing up the Cant.
Yeah.
And I found that a little screwy for an intelligence officer to say it like that, right? Because I guess I would have expected them to be a little bit more discerning, because Holden corrected him and he should have taken the note and moved on, but no, he stayed kind of fixated. The intelligence officer was fixated. So I was a little bit like, where's this going? Is this really even a real intelligence officer? Is it some sort of like politician disguised as an intelligence officer trying to get dirt? I thought that was like a really well-informed person, but maybe not necessarily what you would typically. I thought that was like a politically motivated interrogation that could have gone somewhere really interesting if they hadn't gotten interrupted. That's all.
I just want to point out there's a huge amount of nodding and eyebrow wiggling coming from Leigh-A during all of that. And I feel like that's red herring she's throwing at us right there. So I don't know. I just
trying to throw us off with all the nodding.
I mean, they asked him why he, you know, blames Martian military. I mean, so they do ask him, but it's the questions about what the current state are filtered in with all these other questions. So I think it's just an interrogation tactic, personally. Like, talk about your family. Let me ask you about something serious. Talk about this. Let me ask you something serious. You know, let's see if he's up into something. But he's probably like, this is the best interview I've ever had because this guy's just telling me everything I want. You know, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but
Rob, any thoughts?
He was leading the witness. And I wanted to
I think he was deliberately leading the witness. I wasn't going to use that phrase, but you said it. It's the one that works. I felt like he was giving the narrative that everyone is picking up on, choosing to follow, wanting to follow because they're secret baddies in the background or whatever. Yeah, everyone's taking about like, you did this, you accused Martin. They've heard what they wanted to hear, sort of vibe. And I felt like whoever he was, agent or political person or whatever, was following that narrative to try and see if Holden would switch to it, rather than stick to his guns and been like, I transmitted facts. That's all I did. You know, I did not actually say.
Trying to get Holden to like confess.
Kinda, yeah. You know, because then like maybe he wants to be like, well, you falsely accused us.
He can set him up as like a fall guy.
Yeah, kind of.
Maybe
it was like
maybe it was
leading him into saying, because then he's got, you know, a story that isn't straight. You know, well, in your transmission you said this, but then when we talked to you, you said that, and then you said this later on. Like your story isn't straight, so it's all bullshit. You know, it kind of felt a little bit like that.
So can I give my take?
Of course.
So that is a common interrogation technique. And also the back and forth, like jumping between topics, is also to keep people off kilter. A lot of that background interrogation is to you have a fact sheet on a person, and so you're able to see, so like jumping back and forth between his childhood and his parents and then his career and some of these things that would possibly put him off kilter, and then switching the flip and being like, so that Mars like you accused Mars, and like it's to keep somebody off balance. And then it is to see what Rob said, if he could see if there was an ulterior motive to what was going on. And these interrogations could last for hours and days, and would possibly either have the same person coming back and asking the same questions to check the veracity of what is being said, also exasperate the person and see if they end up changing their story. Like maybe those first couple of days you're sticking to your guns, but 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, months later, are you still saying the same thing? And I think this is why the entire crew of the Night was terrified of being in Martian custody, because they would just get swallowed up and put in a hole somewhere, going through these constant interrogations.
So what I'm hearing from you, to answer my question, is that you think it was like a legitimate intelligence thing, officer.
Oh yeah,
trying to
absolutely 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, intelligence officer. That's also a common police interrogation technique as well. Just a lot of people who do these questioning, trying to get down to the motive, and again, they weren't accusing Holden of anything. So they're just trying to get the information. And if you think, and I think that's why the Lieutenant Lopez was laughing. He's just like, you're just being really honest. And it kind of like took him out of his element, because I'm sure he was anticipating a hostile witness, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Rob.
I was just saying, it makes me think about, you know, when you watched like, I don't know, any sort of investigative show where they check bones, you know, anything where there's like a detective element to it, and there are people that are covering up a crime for whatever reason. And sorry, I love that placenta comment. They're covering up crime because they're like, you know, worried teenagers and they've had an accident and like killed someone or whatever it is, and they all have the exact same story basically quoted down. And you're like, well, 4 people can't tell the exact same thing, the exact same words in the exact same order. So it's another thing like that. Like, you know, he's probably, are you telling me the same thing every time in different ways? And also, are your other 4 crewmates going to tell me the same story?
Exactly.
Or are you all going to tell me the same story with the same words in the same order?
I would have assumed that they all would have been interrogated like this, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. They would eventually, they would eventually all been taken in one-on-one.
Except for Shed, who will no longer be interrogated.
I mean, he's still got vocal cords, but he can't.
Right? Like the
they're
air's
room with 2 holes in it.
Yeah, that's the thing about the air. Like they didn't even get to that yet, but like
we didn't get to that. The air hissing through the holes.
They're all in danger. They in danger, girl. They in danger.
Yeah.
So speaking of the intelligence officer, sorry, go ahead, Rob.
No, I was just saying because of these 6 stupid teeny tiny ships. But let's finish your thought before we move on to the stupid little ships.
Well, was there anything else about the immediate interactions, even from Alex and the comms people, you know, having him dock and all that stuff, and then when they opened the door and took, you know, their immediate kind of interactions, did anything surprise you about that? Were you expecting something different? Like, what did you think of that? Well, I'm not going to give it any description. I want to hear what you
I mean, my favorite thing about that entire through line was Amos
I wrote that down too.
Amos was cracking me up.
I literally wrote, you either clean or you drink and fuck. I don't know why I don't like to clean.
He just had so many bangers in this chapter.
Yeah, I wrote that one down. You either clean decks or get drunk and screw.
Yeah.
I prefer to do the latter.
I think we all wrote that down. All of us.
I mean, I didn't write anything down. I just remember it. But yeah, it was that and his commentary on everyone being really pessimist.
Yeah.
I was dying. He was so funny. He made up for Shed. That's all I'm saying.
He was great. He really was great.
Definitely makes sense. Shed.
I want those magnetic boots with like the little slide lock to like
those
the
were
magnets, hasn't it?
cool.
That was very cool.
I was confused a little bit because they matched velocities, I assume, in order for the ship to dock inside the other ship, but they had to slow down enough that they were like in near 0G at that point. Like they were going so
when
slowly
you're not in...
that they weren't generating enough thrust to create a fake gravity. I thought that was an interesting like physics situation.
When you're not actively accelerating, you don't have gravity. So you're just physically all moving at the same velocity.
So when your acceleration is 0, but you are moving. So, because obviously in space, nothing slows you down. So if you just ping off, that initial
so it's like,
speeds you up. But once you've hit your max speed, you then aren't accelerating. So the gravity disappears.
It's the same concept of, it was one of my favorite experiments in high school in physics, which I hated. I hated fucking physics. But like, if you're moving on a train and you throw a ball, like the train is accelerating, but the ball still doesn't drop behind you. It still has that forward momentum.
It wasn't about that. It wasn't about that. Okay. That's not what I was commenting on. I thought it was interesting that they were still traveling. They were at the same velocity, so they were all going the same speed, and yet they had slowed down enough that then when they exited out of the night, it was in near 0G, and they like floated down to the platform because they had reduced, because they had stopped
accelerating.
Thrust.
Yeah.
So they're just moving forward with momentum of 0 friction.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting, and I also didn't really understand why they had done that if they were all at the same, if they had matched velocities.
I can also answer that. So because having done like maneuvering and like coming alongside ships at sea, it is very difficult to maintain constant exact acceleration. Either one ship is the primary ship and then the other one is the one that's constantly adjusting. So if you cut, like if you're matching and you cut all like in space where there's 0 friction and no other forces acting on you, if you can actually match that ahead of time and get that, then as soon as you cut the engines, you don't have the variability. So then you have an ability to safely transfer people or supplies or things like that. I was also very impressed by the fact that they were able to maneuver the Donager like to something that was like relatively close, like something that is the size of probably some of our larger skyscrapers. It's like, I want to be on that. I want to be up on that bridge driving that.
I thought that was very accurate.
Was it
having talked through docking on the space station with a little ship and a little station and how long that takes, and the fact that it took an hour, the real space station, it took an hour to get the Knight onto the Donager tracked with me because of like how carefully you have to maneuver to make sure you don't blow each other up, you know.
There was a that I don't think I would. I literally just read a different book today that was very space-based about traveling through space, and it was the acceleration and G-force and that. I don't think I would have known that had it not been for the book today. But the bit about that really interested me, I don't know, it sounds a bit silly now, but so it took an hour to dock, And then when they got there and met that overzealous reception, I would call it, they then were like, oh, do you know the 6 ships that are following you? Because we gave them 2 hours to turn around, and that was an hour ago. So they waited until they started docking with the night before they were like, by the way, you 6 little peons, bugger off. Like, why wait until then? You are a skyscraper that can kill anything.
Maybe that's
quotations.
why. Because they're overconfident. I was
Because they're, as
overconfident
Golden
of the
says,
Dawn.
they're unkillable.
Why not
I
say
thought
it
that
early?
6 ships were going to get ding-donged by the
I mean,
giant
yeah.
ship. And they clearly put up a good fight. We don't know yet if the 6 ships are gone.
We don't know
still
yet.
on my list.
Listen, yeah, well, yeah.
They are.
But they have definitely put up a good fight.
I mean,
for
they put
this
holes in the dome.
Unkillable ship.
Yeah, they've put holes in it. So, yeah, I don't know.
Well, you still think that they're gonna die? Like they're still on the list regardless of your changing
I
of
put
the
them on the
opinions.
list. I can't remove them from the list. There's a one way.
No, but you can change your mind now.
Can I? Oh
no.
I
don't think I'm allowed.
We
to
have
change my
rules
mind.
here. The only rule is no reading ahead. And no spoilers.
I don't think I can change my mind. If I've committed to putting someone on the list, I can't remove them.
I appreciate
because that's
that.
not fair. Because like,
well, but you okay.
So
yeah, it's got the Red Cross, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can annotate somehow that you changed your mind, but they're still on the out the airlock list.
Don't want it.
I think Rob, let's get the foldies to vote whether Mel's allowed to change.
Oh, I got to open up a different screen, but okay, fine.
So Overseers has a great question about the Donager. So I mentioned it in the recap, but it is, and Leigh-A just mentioned it is 130 stories, like the size of a 130-story building. And it's built like a building. So you've got like the low level, like it's got different levels with ladders and all this stuff. I didn't do that this time. I promise. I did not get rid of
No, you're fine.
She
so
has to go to the bathroom.
He asked, do you think because the Donager is built this way with these like levels and these really strict square box of a ship, that like the Knight is built that way and the Cant is built that way? Is that just a standard sort of the way they build ships? What do you think the other ships are built like?
I don't think so. I think because of the way that Holden talked about it, right? Like he talked about like our naval history of big sleek ships leading into the wind and all that stuff, which gave me the sense that like he was maybe more used to that, and then the Ding Dong ship just like it was built like nobody cared about aesthetics. But like they've talked about the Pinnacle, right, and how sleek the Pinnacle is and that sort of stuff. So I still think there's still ship aesthetic.
Yeah, I think.
Thank you.
Pinnace, as I like to call it. The Pinnace.
I think for those that were born on Earth and in atmosphere, like when they design a spaceship, they design it through an atmosphere's perspective. But like Belters and that born in 0G or whatever, and probably Martians to a certain degree because they have much lower gravity and much thinner atmosphere there, probably don't think about it as much, if at all, and thus be like, it doesn't have to fight atmosphere. It can be a cube. It don't matter.
It's probably a lot easier to build cubes and attach a cube to other cubes when you're building something in space, right?
You want a dock?
You build a
Easy,
module,
like,
and you put that module, and you connect those modules together like you're building Legos, right?
Yeah.
It's much easier.
So whilst I understand that I'm sure the Dong was very sleek and pretty looking on the screen, there's your soundbite for the show.
I don't remember.
I appreciate it, at least that in this written version, the ship just was like a fucking skyscraper on the side and no one cared because it didn't need to be anything else. And I was just like, yeah.
And it was
ugly,
still supposedly menacing and deadly and that sort of stuff.
Well, I mean, something that weighs 250,000 tons and is 130 stories long. You know, it's going to be.
I was thinking about the Borg. I was like,
yes.
it's the Borg ship. That's
honestly why I said cube as well, because I was thinking the Borg ship. You know, like it was weird when they had Borg spheres.
To the next chapter. Though.
Yeah.
Enough of that. Yeah, let's talk next chapter now. So, up to Miller.
Okay.
I would like to comment that, like, for a guy who is on my list and is not yet dead, they are sincerely concerned about Havelock ending up dead.
No, you are not allowed to talk about Havelock getting, you know.
But they talk about Havelock getting dead, like
that
much.
means he's not going to get dead. I'm not having no Mel.
You don't think he's the Chekhov's gun of the Miller chapters?
He's not a red shirt. He's not a red shirt.
You don't think so? I don't think he's a red shirt. No, I don't think he's a red shirt. But it's just like there's so many like. I'm worried he's gonna die. How about you take some time off so you don't die? That poor guy. He seems to just be more and more a stand-up guy when he's not drunk, you know?
Yeah.
And like I'm almost sad that it seems like they're gonna have to separate because it seems like they're kind of good for each other, Havelock and Miller.
They are. I literally wrote Mel, fully capitalized. Do not say any of this conversation is primed for killing off Havy. You've gotten too many right already. I need Havy to survive. He's a good guy who's just trying to help.
I'm not giving him an extra. I'm not like giving him an extra asterisk on the list, like to say, yeah, that's the guy I'm killing this week. That's not what's happening. That's not what's happening. I feel like I already got credit with Shed.
I literally just read it again today, and I was like, no, Mel, please don't know.
I'm just saying, they're very concerned about his life.
And I think that me think one doth protest too much. I know I've said this about something else already in this book, but yeah.
That's valid comment.
I think there's too many comments about like Earth is dying and opportunities and things like that. And I'm now watching Leigh-A and Amis as much as I can as I say these things. That you know, that I think it's a false flag. Yeah, I think it's a false flag. Yeah.
Okay.
So, based off of our faces and your reading of the book?
I hope
based off my reading of the book, and then I was just watching your faces right now while I said that in case there was any inflections or, you know.
I was
just because I've murdered them doesn't mean I want you to murder them too. I hope your dreams come true, Rob.
Thank you.
Well, I put down as a prediction that Rob is predicting the opposite of what Mel says. So
that's fine by me. Did we? Oh, I think we fully lost Amis.
She just straight up disappeared.
She Irish goodbye'd. Probably not intentionally, folks.
Yeah, she's definitely been having internet issues. So
yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be any sort of live recording if there were no technical issues.
This is true.
I'll miss you, Amis. Come back if you can.
Yes, please come back.
One thing, the first note that I took was Candace is alive because we had a very extensive conversation about the status of Miller's.
Whether we thought she was alive or not.
Ex-wife, maybe.
What did I say?
Wife. I don't know. Hold on. Let me.
Did I say? I feel like I said dead, and then Mel said divorced. Or I don't think it was the other way around.
I thought you both said dead.
I think she was. I think she was dead to me. I think she was an imaginary. I think she was in his head.
I didn't.
My theory.
Chat, help us out.
Write it down.
Yeah, but Candace is a real person who's not all in his head.
Yeah.
In as much as Miller, but it still did come from Miller. Havelock still doesn't have any first-hand knowledge of Candace.
Mm-hmm. No, this is true. Could be unreliable narrator. This is true.
And he did tell Havelock to tell other people that his wife came back, but like. We don't know that people believed him. So, she still could be dead. That's all I'm saying. It still all could be Miller's, complete crazy head thing.
We could be. I love Rapunzel. We're going to have to start a notebook fun drive for Leigh-A. So she has enough notebooks. That's great.
So many notebooks. So many notes.
Miller is a lot older than I think any of us thought, which was cool.
30 years is a long
even if he's late 40s at the bare minimum. You know,
Yeah.
probably in his 50s. I feel like probably early 50s though. He probably started pretty soon.
Which makes it even creepier that he's visualizing Julie as a kid. Creepy.
Fair, very fair, very fair. But I like how much he trusts his guts about, you know, how to get time off without making it look suspicious. Like, I know, I've been around the block. I know the right lie to tell so that I can take time off, but nobody pries. Like, I was like, he's been around. So
Yeah. Very clever.
I like this. Did Miller make himself guy shine?
I mean, I know who is my toe person this week, for fuck's sake. We'll jump to that if you like. Dude's like, I'm gonna tell everyone that I'm pining over my ex-wife or whatever, like she turned up or whatever it was, you know, he told Miller to tell people. And just tell them all I'm like, you know, dying in a bottle, you know, staring at the bottom of the glass constantly type vibe. So that I have time to investigate this Julie mess. And then what does he do? Goes and gets wrecked in the evening. And I'm like, that was a cover story.
Yeah.
Don't be so method.
Yeah.
He does realize it.
Let's be honest.
He does eventually realize that
It's too late. You know,
He feels remorse for being a dumbass, but he definitely, yes, I agree with you. I that's actually, I wrote down 3 things, and Miller being the token Wetlander of the day for going and getting drunk. After he just found out some really, like, he didn't get a lot of information from Jiu-Jitsu person, but like the fact that he took that and just I don't know, he didn't do much with that, even though the fact that Jiu-Jitsu person was giving him information without giving him information. He didn't analyze that like he normally does. He went and he got drunk. And then when Dawes, right?
Mhm.
Dawes shows up, then his brain turns back on after he'd already like drunk himself into a stupor. And he didn't, I guess he didn't strike me previously as an alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
He Havelock struck me as an alcoholic, and he struck me as more just like a casual drinker to chill.
He's seen a lot though in the last 2 weeks. Like, this is probably his first time he's had time off. So maybe he just said,
just the
"I need
decompression time. Like fuck. Well, and also I feel like he's the only person in his mind that is putting these pieces together and is like, something's going down, something's going in, like, whether that is like staring into the abyss and accidentally like you keep drinking, or deliberately keep drinking as you're staring in the abyss trying to put the pieces together.
And also, he's the only one that, because he hasn't shared that last message from Julie's dad, right? About shit's gonna go down, right? Like,
he only shared that with Captain Shadid.
Oh,
Who shot him,
did he tell
and that's
her
why.
that?
Yeah,
he told her
in the
that.
last chapter, he said. My read of the last chapter was that he had told his conspiracy theories to Captain Shadid, and that's when she was like, "This is just like, you just have to do the bare minimum so we can report back to mommy and daddy."
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So Captain Shadid is the only other person, and she has shut him down, and he's just like, that makes me think it's even worse than it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still like a drink or two, but to get trashed, like,
I was surprised by that choice. Yeah,
it's the first time that I do not like.
It seemed a little out of character for him.
Yeah,
to me.
The first thing he did when he went into Julie Mal's hole was to grab a beer.
I know,
like one of the beers,
but it was
didn't get drunk.
Yeah,
like
he
you could have
kept
had
waiting for the OPA like contact in that other bar a couple chapters ago for hours and drank like 4 or 5 beers too. So he's not afraid to drink, I don't think.
Yeah,
so
like I don't have an issue with him drinking.
No, I know.
Like my issue
Bad
was
time.
he got so drunk.
I was gonna say
it wasn't about that. It was just about when he specifically seemed so laser focused on the Julie Mal thing, and then
I'm gonna get drunk tonight, like trashed off my face drunk.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's like he was trying to process but it just wasn't how he processed anything else. But now that I know that it was a D&D campaign, it actually makes more sense.
That's true.
Like, it actually makes if this whole story is based off of the choices that random people decide
up
to make
to a certain
random,
point, and I'm sure
it stops at some point. But
yeah.
but the unpredictable nature of people's moods when they play D&D makes sense why this is in the book. You know, it takes me. I mean, honestly, it takes me out of the story a little bit, but it actually explains just that night he just needed to drink. It's fine.
And does knowing that one of the authors character was Miller, does that change anything for you?
One of the author's characters was Miller?
Yeah. So one of the authors, Ty Franks, was the DM, and then the other author, Abrams, and I'm forgetting his first name.
Was Miller. That makes actually a lot of sense.
That makes sense, because the DM's like world building and big stuff and this and that, the other, and the other writer's playing a single character. So it kind of makes sense.
Hyper focusing in on his thought process more than we've gotten so much more of Miller's brain than anybody else's characters, so that makes sense.
Yeah, because he's still giving me, like, drinking aside, I'm still getting that envoy vibes that I was talking about from Altered Carbon, where he's just picking up these pieces everywhere, and as he's going and doing things, they're just turning in his head, and connections are appearing occasionally and such, and So
I really appreciated the jujitsu interaction, and I was sad that Jujitsu Master didn't get a name, because I wanted them to have a name, because I like how much he disturbed Miller by just being so centered. It really bothered Miller that guy was at peace with himself. And I thought that was really interesting.
It felt like they were,
because I think we had kind of strayed into the Miller hero, for us collectively, we'd put him on a bit of a pedestal, and so to see him so unsettled by a guru type, master type person who was really clearly in control of himself in ways that Miller could not handle was interesting to see.
Yeah, it made a fun interaction. It was like they were both dancing around the subject. He's like, well, you'll have a warrant then, won't you? And he's like, well, I could get one, but then my boss has to do and then I can't do things, and you know, and blah blah, and more paperwork, and more hassle for you. And he's just like, do I want that? Shall I tell you a couple things? They were kind of dancing around it, trying to find their balance. And that was definitely new for Miller, because other people don't do that for him.
No, I think that's a really good point. Maybe that's why he does drink, because I feel like, and get drunk, because I feel like Miller spends a lot of time with people who are not centered, and that he sees his world as this dark place where there's so many things wrong. It's like he's never, in however many years he's lived on Ceres, he's never walked into any kind of martial arts training facility where the head person is probably pretty similar, right? And calm and centered. And it's like, wow, fuck, I could have had this the whole time I lived here. I didn't have to be this depressed, angry fucking security dude. I could have done another path, and maybe that's why he gets drunk. Maybe he's like, well, shit.
I love that.
I don't know.
Could definitely
One
be.
thing that came up to me was that was really his only lead. So he's already committed to taking several days off for this cover story that may or may not hurt his rep. And his only lead goes nowhere.
I don't think so. I don't think it went
nowhere. I don't feel like it went nowhere. Yeah.
I think he still millered that conversation and inferred a lot from, he learned that she was attacked when she first got on the ship. He learned that
he still doesn't know by who.
Yeah, but he
he knows it happens.
It gave him pieces of information he can add to the fight. He learned that she did odd jobs on freighters, not a consistent thing. There was a lot that
Sensei knew who her parents were, so there was some sharing of information there, or some,
clearly she
something
had
going on.
shared
Yeah.
her challenges with other people. Clearly, if she made friends with this guy, maybe she made other friends. Like I think he was given plenty to keep searching.
I agree. I very much
As the person who kept searching the IWAD, and I was like, I don't think this is enough. So you can see are very different. I was just like, nope, not good enough, not good enough, nope.
Yeah, Leigh-A did not think that my sleuthing was up to standards, but I'm not an intelligence officer. I'm just a girl on the internet.
I'm just a girl with a keyboard
I'm
trying
just
to
a
bring you
girl
news.
following the links to different people's LinkedIn profiles and reading their posts.
Yep. What was I gonna say? No, he's Miller, like you say, he just picks up little pieces, and then eventually they just go, oh, that clicks together, and oh, that clicks together.
Yeah.
And so there was definitely Millering going on there. It was,
And then he has this really interesting conversation with Dawes, where again they're playing chess. Those two are playing chess.
I feel like Dawes thinks he's playing chess when he's playing a complex game, but it's not chess. Like Miller's playing chess, Dawes is playing some other complex. Dawes is playing Monopoly, like, and he thinks he's playing chess. Like, dude, that's a Monopoly board. Like, you got to be clever to play it, because he's playing it well, but it ain't fucking chess.
You think Miller read him like a book?
I mean, he's just like, your investigation techniques suck. You don't know this, you don't know that. Like, you ain't scaring me. Yeah, it was just like, he ain't no Johnson. Yeah, this has just been put in chat. So,
well, I mean, I think also you got to remember that Miller realizes that Dawes wants to be the cops on Ceres, right? Like, that's what he realizes from the last chapter. So it could be a situation where Miller's feeling threatened by somebody who's like encroaching on his turf too, right?
He probably has more
Dawes
people.
walks in and says, "You're encroaching on my turf," trying to figure out what's going on with Julie.
That's true.
But this guy's trying to like take over security on Ceres through whatever means that the OPA is trying to do it from.
Trying to steal my job.
Right? Yeah. And so he's kind of like pushing back on this guy for not being better at what he's trying to find out, and not being as good as Miller.
Not being you're a shitty cop. So yeah.
And also has different maybe work ethics on how to be a cop.
Yeah.
Like he didn't.
Or
It wasn't the last
motivations,
chapter. He was like, was it this chapter or last chapter when he asked him about the riot gear?
It's this chapter.
Yeah, I'm like,
this chapter.
that's not cool, man. Like,
But
that's not ethical for a
do you
cop not
take
to
him
have
at his
it.
word when he said that wasn't them? I kind of do.
Did
I feel
you?
like I feel like I take.
What was
this
his
guy at his
actual
word.
quote there, though? Because he was like, you didn't
He
answer
said
my
that wasn't
question.
us or something.
Well,
like
he
that.
kind of said, he basically, like, Miller called him out, and then
And he didn't know anything about the games disappearing. Miller was
Dawes,
just like,
Dawes
I know
came
all
back
the
and
shit
said,
you don't know.
Dawes kind of came back and was like, wait. Like, you just asked me these questions. Like, give me a minute.
Yeah.
And Miller was like, okay, cool. I'm still going to investigate in the meantime. Peace.
Yeah,
get the fuck out of my hole.
Yeah, he's like, who took the riot gear? And Dawes replies, riot gear, question mark.
Mm-hmm.
And then he, obviously gives context before the Canterbury died, blah, blah. And he's like, it wasn't us. And he replies, that's not an answer.
He thinks he knows who it is regardless.
Yeah.
There's a lot of back and forth with those two.
Mm.
Yeah. There's a lot of posturing.
Dawes does not like him.
But it's like on multiple levels. But I think he sees him as a useful tool. I think Dawes.
I think they both see each other as useful tools.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about him, accusing Miller of being not a belter because he's worked for an inner company?
I think that was a low cut, and I think he was testing to see if he could knock
Rise to the bait.
Miller
off
with that. And I think Miller handled that actually fairly well for
I
someone
think
who
so too.
I agree. Yeah.
But I didn't like it. I thought that was shitty. That was a shitty thing to say.
It was.
Especially to a guy who prides himself on being Ceres born and bred.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was the last line though. It was like the last line just opens it all back up again to a whole big new mystery.
I know what scares the OPA. Do you want to know what scares the OPA?
What?
This.
Ah.
Oh no!
I gotta take down the banner. Sorry.
What?
Oh man!
So, for the folks that may be listening to this as a podcast, it is an image from the third Star Wars movie, Episode 6.
It's
And
from
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
Oh yeah, but it's the Space Wolves version of it, yes. So we've got the pockmarked man doors in the foreground, and we've got I forget the name in the background, but the Palpatine character. And then it's there's a speech bubble that says, "I'm afraid the intergalactic anal space laser will be quite operational when the Martians arrive." So yeah.
Oh man, and he's playing with his dolls and everything.
Yeah, playing
know.
with dolls.
Wait,
Dark helmet
do you
is so
see?
cute.
Do you see what is on the table though?
Mhm.
It's Leia's chart.
It's Leia's chart.
It
Yeah.
is my chart with a butt rock.
Wait, who was Palpatine again? Who did you say Palpatine was?
That would be
I think
Fred Johnson.
Fred Johnson.
Fred
That's
Johnson.
right.
Fred Johnson. Fred
yeah,
Johnson's
yeah,
the one
That's Fred
aiming
Johnson,
the
yes.
anus-sized
That's
laser.
right. He could
Space
he
laser.
could hit your anus with a laser from many, many miles away.
Yeah,
That was delightful.
I love that one, Spuds.
it's really good. Spuds is a genius. So,
True.
but yeah, no, I think, I mean, if you take what Dawes said at face value, the OPA didn't take the right gear, and they didn't take out the previous, protection gangs or whatever.
They didn't even know about the gangs.
They didn't even know about the gangs, exactly. So, but I still think Dawes is like that, the low level OPA guy who's actually just trying to like fight for the good of the OPA, fight for the belt, all that sort of stuff. Like,
But he says he's the series liaison. Like it
I-
seemed like that was
an official role or something. Yeah, it was very strange.
like he's like the OPA guy on series, like the head
Yeah.
of OPA on series.
I
Is
like
what
it,
it
doesn't
said
it?
to me.
But I still think he's a stooge, and I literally wrote what scares the OPA, the fucking Palpatine Shadow Core. That's what. So
What's interesting, he doesn't know anything about all this other stuff yet. He knows something about Julie and doesn't want him to say anything or investigate it or
exactly,
whatever.
because that's the people in the background being like, "Don't let him hunt down Julie. You go find her."
You think
you
the
know?
shadow puppets are the
Puppeteering doors as well. Yeah,
are telling Dawes what to do.
Yeah. and he's just being a good OPA boy and
I
trying to
think
do.
what scares OPA is Placentamon.
Oh, I mean, that scares a lot of people.
Scare everybody.
Placentamon Puppet Master.
It doesn't scare me, it pisses me off.
Puppet Master Placentamon.
Oh, sorry, this one. My
Thank
apologies. There we
you.
go.
That's the one that would scare any pseudo-terrorist organization if you saw that coming at your way.
It's true.
It's very true. So,
Luz Jr. asked a good question. But what if Dawes is lying?
I'm Millerin right now, and I just feel like he's not lying. I feel like he just doesn't know, and he's not a great cop just yet. I don't know. I'm going. That's my feel on that. So, Mel.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, a question from Over's ears. Do you feel after this interaction with Dawes and him being kind of ignorant, so he says, does that change your idea of why she was out there? If she really was working for the OPA, does that change anything for you on Julie's experience?
No, I think I'm sticking what I said previously, which is her and the crew found out about the Palpatine Shadow Core and were trying to expose it, and then they just got, they got taken out as part of the tactics to like keep that all hidden.
Yeah. So Dawes doesn't want him to investigate because they don't want anyone finding Julie because he's going to shut her up himself. Is that
Exactly.
Thanks,
He's been sent by the
Shadow.
shadow.
Going to shut up Julie.
Like- Yeah, he doesn't realize that he's basically trying to find her so that she can be killed and kept quiet, so that the shadow core is not revealed. But if Miller finds her, she's
Then
gonna
she
spill.
can talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think it was the line about we need to be the ones to find her, not you.
Not you.
Which
Yeah.
Well, and he goes on to explain a little bit as to why. So he doesn't just say that; he does attempt to explain.
Not very well.
Yes.
I mean, I said attempt to explain.
Yes,
And-
in the political guise, but I could read that. I could read that as a double message. That phrasing.
Yeah.
Right?
Because the OPA want to find her so that whatever she knows is like filtered through the OPA before it goes to anyone else. You know, well, I'll tell you what we find after we find her. Like, if you're going to be completely honest about what you find out, it doesn't matter if I get there first. So you have to be trying to hide something that she knows or she's seen that you don't want the rest of the galaxy to know about. You know?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about Dawes spilling the fact that Julie was on the scopuli?
Again, he's playing a different game to Miller. He's shitty. Okay. He's not a good cop yet. Like,
so
I'm not going to
do
say.
You think that information was important or not important?
I take it at face value. I think he's trying to satisfy Miller's like detective instincts by giving him some bits and pieces, so that he will be less rabid as a dog to try and hunt her down, because he's got information that he can like learn from, but maybe not necessarily the information that worries Dawes the most, right? Like he's trying to send Miller with some truth that he can noodle on and bite on, because he clearly is not going to let it go, right?
Yeah.
Like it's clear from the very early in the conversation that he's just like, no.
It is. Okay.
Yeah. I could buy that too. Yeah. You know, he's trying to like give him enough that he stops digging, but not so much that, because he don't know a lot himself either.
I don't think he expects. I mean, I think he reads Miller pretty well. I don't think he expects Miller to stop digging. I just think he wants to give him some pieces of information he'll go look into, like some info.
Or slow down his digging, maybe then.
Well, it's also like, I feel like, I think Dawes, this is the second time they've had an interaction, and both times Dawes like says, don't do this, or don't come back here. Don't look in, like, I think he feels better than him. I think he's got, like, he doesn't think much of Miller, I don't think.
Well, no,
he doesn't think he's a good belter, and I also don't know, I don't think he thinks he thinks he can command him for whatever reason. You know,
if Dawes becomes a better cop, can we call him Snoop Dawes?
We can just call him Snoop Dawes anyway.
Yeah,
he can be Snoop Dawes.
So yeah, so Snoop. Yes, Snoop was.
Dawes.
He's not Snoop yet.
I think what I read from that, Amis, is that he perceives himself to have the authority to be able to order Miller around, but doesn't necessarily think less of Miller. He just thinks he's on a completely different level. Like,
he's like, you're a belter.
He's like, I'm in charge of Ceres. Like, he believes himself to be in charge of Ceres.
I think if he really was in charge of Ceres, that, you know, he would kick to the curb or, you know, out the airlock people like Miller, who he doesn't think are good belters, right?
He airlocked what's his face?
Yeah, he airlocked Mateo.
But I think
right?
he thinks
shot in the eye with a gel bullet.
Right, gel bullet. But still, he probably threw him out the airlock after that. But
yeah, he didn't even give me a chance to axe Mateo. Like, he took that away from me.
Well, he knows how accurate you are with this axing, okay? So
yeah, he had to do it in the same chapter.
Yeah. The same chapter. God damn it.
It's like she's gonna see this coming.
Hey, maybe Dawes is Snoop because he knew Mel was gonna do that, and he's like,
bitch,
I'm gonna do it
he's
first.
on my list.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, never mind.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I don't know if he's like, I'm the guy in charge of series. I just think he's like, I'm a belter and I work for the OPA. I'm their liaison to series. So I'm a belter that works for belters. You're a belter that works for Earth. So I'm a better belter than you are. I think he definitely thinks that.
Yeah.
I don't know. He actually, I think that's where his moral superiority, if you want to call it that, comes from. I don't think it's quite that hardcore. I think it's like a softer version of that. Like a,
Sure,
you know,
yeah.
I'm a
light spacism, not actual spacism.
Yeah, more just like you're
inherent spacism, maybe.
He's
Yeah,
like, I work for Costco and you work for Amazon. Like you sold your soul a little bit.
That's a great analogy, Mel.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. You know, but you were born to Costco parents. And you work at Amazon helping them to, you know, send out Costco products to regular. I don't know. Like I'm trying to stretch it. It's like
you're
yeah.
stretching.
It's
fine.
It's fine.
It's interesting that we all have different takes on him, because I guess I kind of read him at face value, but I also, that is maybe one of my fatal flaws, is I take people at their word. So I mean, yeah, my natural instinct is not to necessarily suspect everyone unless they do something suspicious. But
yeah, I don't think he's
I kind of read him. I don't think he's lying to Miller. That's my opinion. I don't. I think he's
uneducated. And
I
what
just think he's like on
much.
a different. He thinks of himself on a. He's working in the galaxy level.
I'm a belter.
Chess,
I'm a belter for the
and Miller
belters.
is
You're
focused
not.
on
You know.
series. Like he's thinking about bigger picture than Miller is what he thinks, right? So he's trying to feed Miller pieces so that he could stay focused on his little pieces while he's thinking about the bigger ramifications. And he even said that. He talks about Phoebe Station and the Cants and how it's like really delicate, and they're like you know, walking this fine line and they don't know what's going on, and then there's fringe elements in the belt calling for war. Fringe elements, so whom we haven't met yet. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things, and they're in the belt.
Speaking
the
of all
fringes
those
are in the belt. Not
well, and speaking of all those fringe elements, and as Miller is slightly sobering up and putting these pieces together, what do you think of him calling up Javi and giving him, even before the end of the chapter, like him telling Javi to go somewhere else? Like, what do you think about that? Like, what do you think what's in Miller's head? Like, besides what scares the OPA, like, what do you think is in his head?
It's the echo of what Julie's dad said to Julie, or it said to Julie, like, get out of there, things are about to go down.
Pierre Mal. Yeah.
Jules Pierre
Mal. Then yeah, it's like an echo of that, except now Miller's saying it to someone he cares about, trying to get him to safety, being like, nah, you've got to get out of here because it's about to go down and all the
I do feel like that this is a good setup for the Heavy leaves and we think he dies thing that we talked about the other week.
Because you did have a theory, Mel, about he goes to, where the fuck did that go? I just saw it. I used to write mine in a different color. So Mel's continuing, Javi dies. Brewing conflict is going to kill him before he reaches Ganymede. Miller finds out via a newsreel. And
then I added onto that he actually...
Well, you thought it was a double bluff.
Yeah.
And that you don't actually think Javi...
he either survives it, or
you said he... At that moment, on Chapter 8, on 12th of February, you said...
I love that. That's great.
That you didn't think Javi was actually able to leave Ceres, but Miller thinks he dies on the shuttle.
Yeah, basically, like, Miller, everyone thinks he gets on the shuttle to go, but he's not actually on the shuttle. So everyone thinks he's dead because the shuttle got destroyed, but he's not actually on it.
I feel like he's a dumbass if he does die at this point. Because he's gotten plenty of warnings that he needs to get out. And
He's trying.
he even knows he needs to get out.
He's got the
fine.
paperwork through and it's held up. And
Yep.
did you guys? So
So,
Mel, I know you're a big Mars person. So did you pick up where the paperwork was hung up?
Mm-mm.
Olympus. So Olympus Mons is actually a location in what's the valley name? There's a valley that a lot of our I'm gonna say probes, because that's what they're called. Our probes go to.
Yeah, they do. Right up in that Olympus Mons.
probe that Olympus.
Mhm.
Do we rove that Olympus as well as probe it?
We
We
do
probe
rove
it, we rove it.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, but it's
Got a
kind
good
of
roving on that probing.
it's not even an Easter egg, but it's just a really quick nod that they're using a lot of the same that the Mars in this world is using terminology that has from our time been given to these land sites on.
Makes sense, right? Because it was settled by Earthers, right?
Mhm.
So they were
Yeah.
just
Well, again, they didn't attempt to. Whoever colonized it didn't attempt to rename it.
Sure.
That's fair.
So speaking of Javi, one thing I wanted to ask you all. Unless-
Mariner Valley. Yes, thank you, Mariner Valley. Which is, anyways, continue.
So Javi has this quick conversation with Miller early on that I thought was interesting. You know, he's like, Javi's like, where the fuck is Earth? What is going on? Why are they not saying anything? And Miller's like, why would they? It's between the Belt and Mars now. Like, so do you agree with Javi? Do you agree with Miller? Like, is it just a skirmish and like Earth's like, whatever, they can deal with it because, you know, it's too far
When
away
have they
for
not
us.
inserted themselves in anything?
Yeah. Exactly.
Did the Americans take over all of Earth? Is that the situation? Just saying. Earth is
Wappo.
acting very American. Is all I'm saying.
I'm not saying a word.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, isn't it if you know
I
if you've
think
got
it's sus.
3 parties? Sorry, go Mel.
No, go ahead. I just needed to say I think it's sus.
Yeah. If you've got 3 parties that don't really all get along, and there's like an uneasy sort of peace between the 3 of you, really, and then 2 of them that aren't like you're not in the middle of those 2, like strictly speaking, they go at each other a little bit. Isn't it a little easier for you in retrospect? You know? And you're like, I'll just pick up the pieces afterwards, and hey, maybe it's all mine.
What is Leigh-A doing over there? I don't know.
She's doing a weird little like boxing
Well,
shimmy type
damn.
combo thing, you know?
Like, little,
There's a sexy boxing, like we're going at it, but we're not going at it, like we're fake fighting. Anyway.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's very good.
Apparently that did
very
not come
hot.
off.
Yeah, I mean, how does that fit in? Because everything has to fit into my Palpatine Shadow Core theory now.
have everything now. From now on, you can
Yeah.
never change.
I can never
Speaking of,
change.
What was the vote? Can Mel
I
change?
can't change
Oh, yeah.
my kill list. You can't change your Palpatine.
So the option was 24% of people said no, and 76% of people, hey, we got 100 out of that, said only if she wants toe. So that were the options I gave. So that's kind of a yes.
So
but
is
only
that
if
a
you
yes
want.
or a no?
That's
No.
74% of people said yes if you want to have toe, Mel.
yes,
So,
if I want to incur toe.
yeah.
Which is
So-
true. I mean, I feel like that's valid. That's the only acceptable version of yes that would make sense for this situation. Because
That is why I wrote it that way.
Because
yes.
if I called it once and then I edit my response after learning more information, that's kind of cheating. It's kind of cheating.
Go with your gut.
Again,
you know?
it's not stripping it from the list because I own those rules.
No stripping of lists in this place, people. So, Yeah.
You could strip other things, but not the list.
I have to admit, at least this week, I was so excited about the fact that Shed got taken out that I didn't come up with a new kill.
You're celebrating your win.
I was celebrating my win, and I was so high on my win when there were all of these random lieutenants introduced, and they all got names, but Jujitsu Guy didn't get names, which I was just like,
So maybe
why?
Jujitsu Guy
doesn't get a name, but Lieutenant who walks you down the hall, he gets a name. Okay,
Yeah, was it like
fine.
was there like a K or
That was
something?
funny that there were
Lieutenant Kelly and Lieutenant Lopez.
There was a chief that walked him to one place, and then a lieutenant that left that place.
It's a lot of high-ranking officers.
Lieutenant Kelly.
So many people involved in walking them around. It was
I will
crazy.
say one thing that caught me off guard real quick, like, and this is just such a sorry. Give me a second for my Navyism. It was on page. I wrote down the fucking page 116. They wrote. Where the fuck did it go? So Gunderson said, "Can you take Mr. Holden to his appointment on your way? LT, spelled out EL, capital EL.
Yeah, I saw that.
T. And at first I was like, what the fuck? And then it really took me a second. And I was like, oh my God. They are literally just spelling out capital L, capital T, like the enunciation of it. So LT, because for whatever reason in the military, at least in the U.S. military, that's capital L, capital T is the abbreviation of lieutenant. So for whatever reason, we don't call him lieutenant, we call him LT. So everybody else gets captain, sergeant, like insert whatever here. But lieutenants, when you just want to be like, hey, lieutenant.
Leigh-A.
Well,
I mean,
Sarge for sergeant, cap for captain. You know, they kind of work. But hey, Luke.
Yeah. But LT is the abbreviation. So I was just like, and they spelled it out, and I was like, I love that to make it like it really brought me into the world after I figured out what the fuck was going on. I was like, oh my God, they did the really cool thing and did exactly what the military does and calls them LT. As opposed to just doing capital L, capital T, where people would just be like, oh, that's an abbreviation, and wouldn't in their head say LT.
Yeah, it was weird.
That was a nerdy military freak out for me.
No, that's cool. I mean, when I read that, I instantly was like, in my head, I just read LT, and then in a nanosecond, my brain made the connection.
He's just kind of casually calling him lieutenant.
Yeah,
that's LT. Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what the fuck he was saying. I was like, who is he talking to?
Get your Navy brain
I've
back
only
then.
ever seen it L.
The letters, not the phonetic spelling. Yeah,
but that's kind of like an important nuance, is for at least for me. So I don't know. There's a couple people in the military in chat, so let us know what you think. If I'm the only person who freaked out about that in my head.
Yes. Instead of saying LT over here, we say hey left. You know. Or left, because it's lieutenant. So you know, hey left. Yes, left.
So you were just delighted that they were using military
jargon.
Okay.
Yeah, and making sure that they were saying it in the American way, like not just using the letters, but kind of.
So Mars was at least colonized by the Americans then.
They're Texan, remember? Most of them.
They're all Texan. This is a good point.
Texan, Not all, but they all have the accent.
They're Texan.
Wait, but they didn't say that. They didn't say the other ones had the accent. Just
well, we're
Alex.
assuming
I was joking because you know they use the American LT and there's a Texan accent.
Oh, that is a good point.
Texan Martians. If Alex runs into any other Texan Martians.
Holden has not yet got annoyed by.
Yeah, he hasn't complained yet.
He hasn't complained about anybody else. So maybe there's not as many ubiquitous Texan Martians.
Maybe not.
I just used ubiquitous.
Yay!
Because I said last week, I was like, I used that word.
You used it.
I was like, I used that word.
Yay!
And now I just proved it by using it.
All right, we have one last question.
Oh yeah, okay, yes, let's wrap up, yeah.
And then we should wrap up. So, Heather asks a fun question. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being easy as a somersault in space and 10 being as hard as cranking it to 11. How hard was it to stop reading after chapter 12?
Ooh.
Honestly,
You cranked it to 11.
after, I mean, it was cranked to 11 at the end of 11. So at the end of 12, I was just like, no, because you done my guy dirty. You know, Shed got shedded, and I was like, I'm not over that. So yeah.
For me, it was like triple axle. So I don't know if that's an 8. It's somewhere harder than somersault.
Mine's
Mine's
a 1. Yeah. It went from 11 at the end of 11 to a 1 at the end of 12. So.
Oh, you were like, I can stop because it didn't answer all my questions. Like,
Yeah.
but we're still in.
Although I suppose it should be cranked to 11 because then
we
because
don't
the
know
next
anything
chapter
You know
is
the
a
next
whole
chapter is
chapter.
going to answer some
Yeah.
questions.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
know you're going to read it tonight after we
To
get
me,
on.
it was triple axle. For sure.
right.
Really difficult, actually, because I actually read this yesterday.
There was a backflip on ice. How's
I
that?
didn't do what I
So,
normally do, which is read it right before the show so that I can stop and talk about it. But I read it yesterday because I had some hammock time and
Hammock time.
read some book, and then I was like, man, I did not want to.
Hammock
I did
time
not
or
want to
couch
stop.
time?
hammock. Mel has a hammock.
Oh yeah, hammock. Oh my god.
Oh, because she's described what she thought the couches were as hammocks. So
Oh, right. Yes, I got you. Way to bring it back, Leigh-A.
Yes. All right. So when I finished earlier, it was like a 1 because I was just like, well, that was less dramatic than Shed exploding. But now that we've talked about it, the fact that the next chapter will give me probably some more Shed trauma, I'm probably back up to like.
You think there's going to be Shed trauma, or they're just going to be like, whatever?
There might be some shared trauma. Hey.
Shed trauma.
So the nice thing about Shed's head exploding is that now
What?
he will be part of everyone who was in that room.
Gross.
Because they're gonna have to breathe him
I'm
in.
really excited because we didn't get to hear any reactions from everyone in the room. What Amos is going to say about it?
You know? Well, that was a really freaking
Well, at the moment, they've got to worry about
intense way to
patching the
go.
holes. So,
Do you think
you know,
Shed.
Yeah.
it was
That
a
was
very
really
landfill
dramatic way
way
to
go.
die. Shed.
oh yeah,
It's a very
Shed's
landfill
dead,
way to
and
go,
there
isn't
is still a hole into outer space.
There's
Yeah.
two
It's outer
holes.
space.
There's
Two
two holes in the
Two.
room. Two holes in the room. At least one of them leads to outer space.
2 holes.
So yeah, at least one of them.
I'd
leads
say
to
there's
outer
probably
space.
more than 2 holes in that room, but that's just me.
But not Julie's hole.
Not
Not yet.
That's way on the other side of the solar system.
It's
okay.
too small to fit in that room.
Yes.
You
No,
think
that room is
that
too big
the
to fit in
anal
Julie's hole.
laser could also be a hole laser for any holes?
Hmm.
I
Oh
mean,
my
you can
God,
get
I
that.
hate all
You
of
can
you.
get that anal laser in that room now, at least. So
I think Palpatine Johnson is so talented, he can channel that anal laser through the holes
right
where
Shed's
Shed's head used to
spouting
be.
neck of Shed.
Like he can
You
like
know?
Oh, so do you guys think Palpatine Johnson killed Shed?
No,
Because
You
they
think that was
knew
his
Mel
laser?
didn't like him.
no, we're just fucking with the laser at the moment. So
Hey,
So it was
All right,
clearly
so-
one of the six ships that killed Shed. Shed
Ship
was
shipped on the shed shore.
Whoa,
Shed was
what?
shredded by the six ships.
What?
Ships.
if it was intelligent guy in the next room along, just being like, right, I'm gonna take one of these guys out now just because I want to get rid of it.
Lopez.
Mel
LT
says,
Lopez.
yeah, whatever
LT
Lopez is like,
Lopez.
Mel
LT
wants this
Lopez.
guy out the airlock. I'm gonna do a one better and land through his head. So, and then he just doesn't know about dynamics of how far a bullet will go through a ship. So, yeah.
I mean, clearly the Marines outside their room are dead.
Dead?
they just
Okay,
weren't
so
there.
Mel,
They
you think
take
they're
them out.
dead?
Because didn't Lopez bring him back and they were already gone?
Sorry.
Sorry, this comment in chat, the opposite of Shed is getting ahead in life. Life blinded fool.
It certainly helps us get ahead in this book.
It does.
Because I can let go of my Shed consternation and continue on with the story. There's some
All right.
some bangers in
Yeah.
that.
Should we do our wrap-up questions?
Yes.
Unless there's anything major.
Predictions from Rob. So Rob, so far you've only had one major prediction.
Yeah, just the one prediction.
That Holden fucked up the command at some point was clear. There was a Kobayashi Maru effect.
Yeah.
But he holds himself accountable, and I capitalize that. Naomi knows.
Yes. So.
So any other predictions for this chapter,
No,
Rob?
I
And
didn't
Mel,
make any
Mel,
other-
you've got until Rob and the put your airlock list.
I don't have any other predictions other than like my standards. Palpatine Johnson is
What
the
we've
one that
had
scares me.
before,
Yeah, but
okay.
we've kind of had that, so that there's nothing new there.
Yeah, we don't need to rehash old predictions.
exactly.
No new predictions.
No more
Cool.
new predictions. Yes, correct.
But nude predictions?
I mean, that's the bonus.
That's a-
Stop
Different
distracting
topic.
Mel. Mel's
that
trying
is-
to distract.
Yeah. So new predictions come with the premium patron level. It's $99 a month plus tip.
Only sheds.
Yes, only sheds because I
No!
shed my clothing.
Thank
No.
you for getting my joke.
All it is nudes of our heads.
For,
It's
le-
just
for
our
legal
heads.
purposes, folks, I do not have a service where I strip for
It's for
money.
head fetish.
So.
Just these heads.
Oh, man.
So many ways. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Okay, so
All
really
right.
quick because
Well-
it's late.
It is late.
And Mel
yes.
Mel still needs her at the airlock, but we can continue with the question.
Okay. What is the most IO moment in these chapters? Go.
Amos,
Um,
you either clean or you
so
get
yeah,
drunk and screw.
Holden's polyfam was pretty IU.
Oh, that is pretty ideal, actually. Yeah.
And also, Jujitsu Master gave me Clan Chief vibes. The way that he was just so like steady.
Yeah.
So I had two. They were
Okay.
flipped.
I
It's
like
very
that.
similar
Okay.
to which character acts most like an IO. So,
Yeah.
any other thoughts besides that?
No, I like the inside of those two. I
Jujitsu
think
Master for me.
Who is the token Wetlander in this?
Miller.
fucking Miller.
The drinking.
Damn you, drunk Miller.
His
It's
last
not. It's
token.
not that kind of. That's not the Miller time we need.
Yeah.
Okay, that's you fake that Miller time for someone else. You don't need to actually stop being so method. No. So much toe.
So much chill.
Who earned G? Are you
Who
ready
earned
for
G?
it?
Yeah, who earned G and who earned O?
Holden earned G.
Wow.
Wait,
I know,
what?
I know.
Whoa,
I
whoa,
know.
whoa, 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 whoa.
I know. Listen, he did not screw up and get everyone killed the moment he walked off the night onto that Martian ship. My expectations were very low. I'm gonna say. And so
Fair.
to me, the
right,
fact
fair.
that he handled it correctly and got them safely out of the immediate danger of getting shot in the face by all the Marines. For that, because my expectations were so low, Holden earned himself some cheat today.
Ladies and gentlemen, is that a unicorn I see flying past my window right now?
It.
Wow, pigs are flying.
I said
Yeah.
it. I said
You
it.
said it. That's now recorded
For
for
not
life.
getting everyone killed instantly.
Yeah, fair.
What about
All
you, Rob? Who earns
Mine goes to Havey for backing up his boy Miller when he's
Nice.
being the token Wetlander. He's like, all right, I'll give you a couple days. I'll play your story out. Like, if you want to have people think that you're a drunk because of your ex, all right, that's what you got to do. I'm your ride or die for it. So yeah.
And Mel, do you agree with what Rob said earlier about Miller has the toe for these
Oh,
two
yeah.
chapters?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
and what is the stabbiest moment?
I mean,
Okay.
Shed feels quite like a stabby moment.
It's good.
Ooh,
Yes,
Rapunzel
yeah.
puts a good question. Maybe we should have people answer this in the comments of this video.
Yeah, okay, your call to action, people. Hit up the comment section.
Let's put it up there.
Yes. So the comment you must reply to in the comment section, okay, is going to be, will Shed become the placentamon of the dong now? Okay.
Also wrong. But
Will Shed become the placentamon of the dong? I want a yes or a no, and I want a reason why, and I want them all to be spoiler-free.
Well, he doesn't have a mouth anymore.
So
does that matter?
No, but maybe
say,
he need,
"Help me."
you know, he could be like, no, but maybe he goes and finds a head to take, you know, so that's your
Maybe
question.
He's in there still, right?
Maybe Shed is looking for head.
Yeah, Shed is looking for head.
Maybe
you know?
Shed and Derek will get together, and Derek's head will go on Shed's body.
Justice for Derek.
We
So
don't
there we
know.
go.
We don't know what the future is going to lie for Shed.
Love it.
I'm very upset that we don't have Placentamon back yet.
I mean, I predicted
really
Julie by
need-
chapter 5, and here we are, like about to start chapter 13, and all we've
I'm
found
totally
so far is
fine.
all we've gotten to so far is Julie's hole. So you know, I'm really doing quite bad at this.
Which
thing,
is
so.
not the holes that are currently the problem. Let's be
Yes,
clear.
yes, this is very true.
I mean, at
Different
least her hole doesn't have an anus laser going up it. So
It's so
It's true.
It's true.
It's true.
Or
and
a,
it's,
or a,
and it's
a,
not full
a
of
mist of Shed. So
God.
who was looking
Ladies
for
and-
head.
who's now looking.
Oh wait,
for
but
head.
now we still don't have a prediction from you. We can't stop until we get fucking
out the
prediction.
airlock. Come
We
on.
cannot force predictions. Like it
Yeah,
have to come naturally.
That's what I said. That's what I said earlier. I did not come up with someone that definitely I needed to take out because I
All
was
right.
Shed's the celebration of Shed's demise.
The
So
celebration of
disappointed.
Shed.
I
Oh
don't
my
feel like
god!
we
All right.
should taint
So
today's
disappointed.
by like taking like letting somebody else steal his thunder.
Let today
Pour one out
shine in
for
the
Shed.
records. Sorry.
So let's just pour one out for Shed.
Pour one out for Shed. Let today shine in the records, listeners and viewers, that not only did Mel choose not to throw anyone new out the airlock, but she also gave G to Holden.
It's true. It was a weird day.
It's a weird day.
It is
Folks,
odd.
I hope you've enjoyed us discussing these chapters. Shockingly, we're going to do 2 more chapters next week, and I know the first one's Holden. That's chapter 13. Is chapter
It is.
14 Miller?
It is.
Yes,
indeed.
it is.
Chapter 14 is Miller. God.
Surprised. Very surprised.
I'm so glad I was sat down for finding that out. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. Like the video, comment below. Here is your question one more time. Comment below. Spoiler 3 with yes/no with an answer, like with a reason for it. Will Shed become the placentamon of the dong now? And if you want to have a theory to go with that, please put that in there too. And yes, that's true. Scapular jokes were shed from the dialogue this week. Thank you, Patrick. So thank you so much. Like, subscribe, comment, and if you're listening on the podcast, hit up Discord server and you can let us know what you think there, like Charlie does. Charlie, I'll get more downloaded soon. I mean, actually, you won't know about that until I get this one downloaded and added. So
At least you're holding yourself accountable.
I'm gonna hold myself accountable. There's
Holding
3. This is like the 7th episode we've done, and there's like 3 downloaded. So I've got a few to catch up on, but we'll get there. But until next week, folks. That's it.
May you
So
always find
Love,
water, and shed.
and Shed.
No!
may you always find love, water,
No more sheds. Ever. Only
and
shade.
shed some
No
hair.
shed, only shade. Sorry.
I quit.
So instead
I'm
of
out.
justice for Derek, it's now head for Shed. Oh, she left.
But
Good night, everybody. Goodbye.
May you always find love, water, and shade.
And may Shed always find some head.